pretty freaking red in here, eh? Like that's the screen on red mode, and this is the screen on bright mode. Even bright mode is pretty red, eh? I'll put it like that. That looks better. Okay. Boom, bang, bing. New Zealand. You guys wouldn't believe what happened in New Zealand today, man. Thrax, what's flapping, man? Let me see here. Thrax, welcome, brother. I'm just getting the link. Dude, thanks, Nix. Does that fire? It quite adds ambiance, eh? You remember, Nix, were you around when I used to have the fire directly behind me? It was a totally different setup. But this is cool because it's reflecting off that. You know what that is on the wall, eh? It's a plate with Jesus and Mary on it. It's like 200 years old. And I guess someone framed it. And there's another one on the other side with a Ukraine coat of arms. And it was a celebration of 1,000 years of Christendom in Ukraine. Josh, well, dude, what happened in dude, shout out to Swing. Did you get back to me on Telegram, Swing? Let me know. Or if you're waiting on me. But dude, Josh, listen to this, man. So in Australia, or sorry, New Zealand, there was some type of celebration for like the Sikhs, like the Indian Sikhs. And so there's like a million of them in the streets, like doing a big, like the orange colored stuff. I don't know exactly what it is. But anyways, so they're doing this big Indian celebration. And a counter protest, but I guess it's not technically a counter protest because it wasn't a protest to begin with, but basically like a couple hundred New Zealand natives. Some of them looked European, but I'm pretty sure they were all actual Maori or Maori. Did the Haka dance, which is like an ancient like war call. You've seen it. It was kind of cringe, but the New Zealand MP did that. One of them in the in the government building. But anyways, so these guys showed up, did a Haka dance, and held a giant sign that said, let me read it to you here. The sign said, "This is New Zealand, not India." Which is interesting because I guess other than Europeans protesting against immigration in Europe, like you don't see Native Americans protest mass immigration in Canada or the US. You don't see, um, you know, I guess that's really the only places it's happening. New Zealand, Australia, Europe, and the US and Canada are like the most immigrated to places in the world by thousands of times. Nix, what is the translation? But I know it is hard, dude. I remember when they were doing the Haka dance um, at during the freaking lockdowns, and that it does give you shit like a little bit of chills, man, when you watch it. And could you imagine that if you were facing off with those that tribe back in the day? Okay, guys. By the way, this is freaking shocking about what's going on in Europe. We're about to discuss it. It doesn't have to do with mass immigration, but we will talk about that as well. And I'm just going to shout out that we are live on Instagram right now. But welcome, everyone. Just so you know, we went through a shitstorm the last week. We got deleted, suspended on Instagram. And it was for copyright, though. And it cost a pretty penny to get it back. So we are celebrating that we are back on Instagram. And we're doing that in a few different ways. For one, cranking out posts. And I got to see if that guy can remove the strikes too, not just get it back. But yeah, it was a pretty penny to get it back. We didn't pay Instagram to get it back. There's no paid service. You can't really pay Instagram directly to get it back, but there's little loopholes. I'll tell you all about it. You can get your account back. Thank God. But anyways, to celebrate it, we are giving away a couple of freebies on the live tonight. Right now, I'm drinking a chocolate powder, a heirloom organic cacao from Bolivia, hot chocolate. And this bag is beautiful. They got a new logo on it, but it's organic, certified, and genetically tested to be heirloom cacao. It has Ceylon cinnamon, organic coconut milk powder, organic vanilla bean powder, lucuma, and camu camu. Anyway, we're giving, I think, four of these we're giving away tonight. The chocolates, they're freaking delicious. And Chalk has activated a 60% off lifetime discount, which, I mean, that was like Black Friday. We shut the deal down. We're launching a 60% off and freebie deal in celebration of getting back on Instagram. And obviously, we took a hit being down for like a week on Instagram. And then not to mention the cost of getting the account back. So the way the deal works is I'm going to put this link in the chat. Click it as soon as it pops up so that you get bumped first in line for the freebie. That takes you to chalk.com, which is the supplement company and the company that makes the chocolate powder. They are based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia, founded in Texas, all American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, which is the #1 leading verified review website. The #1 supplement for men and women is the hot water purified Shilajit, which is the destroyer of weakness. It's translated to in Hindi. Genghis Khan took it. Bruce Lee took it. Putin definitely takes it. And the Russian military secretly studied it for 40 years. I know you've probably heard a lot of people tell you to buy something on their page. I'm not even telling you to buy something. I'm telling you to research the benefits specifically of Chalk's hot water purified Shilajit. Because if you had the list of stuff this does for you when you take it, it would be hard pressed to be like, nah, I don't think that's worth less than $1 a day. In fact, it's even less than $1 a day with 60 freaking percent off for life. Holy crap, man. Kyle is shitty. So guys, Shilajit #1 supplement for men and women. It's a hormone optimizer. It boosts fertility. It boosts testosterone for men. It balances hormones for women. It's extremely pro-fertile. It stimulates the production of new brain cells, which is called neurogenesis. So you get better memory, concentration, cognition, and focus. It's basically the pill from the movie Limitless. Like, this is serious. That is in the male and female vitality stack. The Shilajit is. And you got to check out the Chad mode, which has 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop, cold water extracted from green coffee beans. It's got organic blue spirulina, which binds to free radicals, phthalates, heavy metals, microplastics, and pesticides, which we know they are poisoning us with to lower our frequency. It is freaking shocking. So you got to check out the Chad mode. The way the deal works is it's first come, first serve. The first out of the 4 people who get a male or female vitality stack with the discount code 60life, that discount code drops the price 60% off for life. You can cancel or modify at any time. And not only will you get 60% off for life, you will get a $100 bag if you're one of the first 4 people of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the chocolate powder. I wanted to tell you guys this deal first because I am announcing it on Instagram now to my live. And this title is going to go hard, and there's going to be like another 100 people in here. And you guys have first come, first serve. Remember, too, the ashwagandha that is in the male and female stack. There's a reason it's in both. You get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. It boosts melatonin production, or it supports the calibration of your endocrine system, basically, which increases melatonin. You get 1,000 times better sleep on it. And it doesn't do it indiscriminately. It does it in conjunction with your circadian rhythm. So you don't take ashwagandha and then get tired. It helps you get a much more rejuvenative and restorative sleep, which is actually a lot more serious than you may think, because when you sleep, you're supposed to be uninterruptedly connected to source or connected to God. There are whistleblower. We are at all times, but like something's happening when you're sleeping. Like your conscious mind is asleep. Your subconscious mind is going. Like, you're connected. Whistleblowers have said that they crank up the cell towers at night. I don't know that that's been confirmed, but I mean, if they have black magicians cursing processed food and impregnating it with etheric parasites, I wouldn't be surprised that they also crank up the cell towers at night. So here's the thing. You could be exposed to GMOs, fluoride, and all these chemicals, but if you sleep really well, like, you're detoxing, you're rejuvenating. But if you're exposed to all that stuff and the frequencies disrupt your sleep because they disrupt melatonin production, Wi-Fi does disrupt melatonin production, then you're restoring even like it's a vicious cycle, right? So it's good to have a good sleep. Ashwagandha helps that. It's good to detox. Shilajit helps that. It's good to have natural energy drinks and detox all the kind of crazy stuff you can't even think of. That's the Chad mode. Check out the Chad mode. You will be freaking stoked. But that's first come, first serve. Make sure you apply that discount code 60 life. Do not pay full price, and you get the free lit if you're one of the first 4 people to get a stack. Let me just boom, bang, bang. Okay, so I'm going to make this. What is this title again? Yes, European protest. This is freaking awesome, man. Mass civil unrest. I'm going to do warning. Yeah, I know, Nix. Nix, I'm excited to really calibrate and work on being able to lucid dream more and astral travel, because I haven't done that yet. I mean, some dreams you might as well be, but massive unrest in Europe, EU headquarters surrounded. Okay. Shout out to Kyle, who just took his whole stack before the live. That's freaking awesome, dude. And yeah, it's because Wi-Fi, though, it's at a frequency that I guess the paper that I read was that it tricks your pineal gland into thinking it's still daytime, so you don't produce the amount of melatonin you should be, and so it disrupts your sleep quality. Uh, it's a pretty shocking. And dude, Barry Trower says that it's weaponized, like it's intentional. Mm. Buenos dias, konnichiwa, bonjour, guys. Listen, what's going on in Europe right now is freaking shocking. Punished one, I was, but thank you for noticing. I'll tell you the story of how we got my account back, by the way, on my Rumble channel. We're live on Rumble right now. I don't want to talk too much about it on here because I don't know if it necessarily was above board, but that's exactly right. Scarlett Taden, she's picking up what I'm putting down. You're absolutely right, and it's intentional. It's not an accident. So listen, I want to talk to you guys about Wi-Fi, this crazy freaking situation that's going on in Europe, and the agendas, and how I got my account back. If you know anyone, like, you probably want to hear this, but I don't want to discuss it all on here because I've gotten in trouble before for talking about specifically Wi-Fi and its effects on Instagram before, and also with this European protest. It is kind of shocking. So we are live right now on Rumble, which is an alternative to YouTube. It's free to download, free speech, most importantly, free to watch. Yes, Wi-Fi. That's right. Killeen said Wi-Fi. Dude, it's a big deal, man. Like, people don't really maybe possibly know the effects of it. It is intentional. They call it silent weapons for quiet wars. We'll talk about it. So if you want to come watch me on Rumble, we are live. It's at the link in my bio. You click the link tree and then it drops down and you'll see Rumble. Click the Rumble. Come on over. We already got 50 people or so. We got to cover these European protests. It's freaking shocking. And I do want to tell you guys more about Wi-Fi so that you might decide to unplug it at night and maybe use one of these things more often. An Ethernet cable. I'll tell you how to wire your whole house with these. Like, my phone right now is plugged into the internet. I don't got the Wi-Fi on. Anyway, Herbalist, come on over to Rumble. Ask all the questions you got, man. Scarlett's woke. She's like, paint your walls with lead paint. The military still uses lead paint because it blocks radiation. I'll tell you all about it. That's another post I got in trouble for talking about. See, you're already getting me in trouble. I'll see you guys on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. Come on over, all right? Much love. And Blueberry Muffin, dude, you definitely should come over if we're talking frequencies, man. Okay? Click the link in my bio. We'll see you guys on Rumble. Let's see. Yeah. They change every once in a while. They change the settings on this darn thing. Eh? Yes, the Earth is definitely not a ball from what I've seen, and is only 6,000 years old. I can't wait to tell more people about that. It's so shocking. Like, I heard all the French government gave an order to slaughter all cows in the country, which is, Josh, I'm going to give you the uncensored, shocking other side of the story of what is going on in France and in Brussels. I'm going to wait for a few more people to get on. We're going to get into this, dude, because this is exciting, but it's also a little bit nerve-wracking, because what's at stake here is, if they try to, it's a big deal, dude. Look, Serbia had a protest last year with like 400,000 people in the streets, and they used sonic weapons on the public, on the peaceful protesters who was standing around, just chilling. I'm talking frequency beam down the street that made everyone jump out of the way at the exact same time. And they all said it sounded like a freight train was coming. That is absolutely textbook, and whistleblowers have came out and talked about this. They 100% used a sonic weapon on the citizens of Serbia who were protesting completely peacefully. It was actually a silent protest. So no one was even talking. Like the streets, you could hear a pin drop. And all of a sudden, I showed you guys the video. It was the creepiest non-paranormal thing I ever seen. And it just like went in the news, and the news said, some people wonder if like frequencies were used, but it is so far being denied. And like that's the end of it. Like, dude, what kind of legality are we violating here by using frequency weapons on a peaceful protest? Like, there's no other explanation. Everyone jumped out of the street at the same time. They all said it sounded like a freight train was coming. And I have a friend who was at a March Against Monsanto protest in 2016 in Australia. And the whole crowd was talking about it. It was the strangest thing. They all got abdominal pain at the same time, and all like the crowd dispersed. It wasn't quite the same. It wasn't the, what do they call it? The one that's mounted on the Humvee. That's like old technology from what I've heard. They can do this with cell towers, bro. Cell towers can corral people and beam frequencies in different areas. They're setting up quite a shocking bit of a digital non-physical, invisible fence for us, the cattle. And we're going to talk about it, but don't be scared because it says 365 times, do not fear. So you don't have any fear, but we do need to talk about this. It is shocking. So if you're just tuning in, right now, the reason why there is a gigantic protest in Brussels isn't because anything necessarily kicked off in Brussels. It's because the European Union headquarters is in Brussels, which I'm shocked because I see all these little cutesy, ironed out PR campaign videos coming out of the European Union. Like they are super professional, right? So the thought of their days being altered by 60,000 pounds of cow shit being hurled at the front of their building and blocked off from all sides and burning tires and throwing potatoes in their fucking windows is literally gold. Like I can't even imagine these pencil freaking Poindexters in there, and all of a sudden potatoes are coming through the windows and there's a pile of shit at the front door. They can't even open it. I mean, it's fucking awesome. I will say that. I also noticed that at the Freedom Convoy in Canada, there was no throwing of freaking ice. There was no throwing snowballs at the building. Like, and they still got frigged up by a police force, by the way, which didn't have badges. And my friend in North Bay, there's an airport in North Bay, and he was sending me pictures of United Nations planes that had landed in North Bay 4 days before the riot cops showed up in Ottawa and dispersed the crowd. And none of them, you couldn't even see their faces, and they didn't have badges. So my point is, like, this Europe thing is a bit more heated. So the reason why, though, the European Union is trying to work this trade deal out where they're going to be able to import a shitload of shitty products from South America that would totally disrupt and put upside down the market in Europe for these farmers who have been there for, some of these farmers, it's been in their family for 700 years. By the way, everyone who just joined from Instagram, you can comment on Rumble if you make an account. So make an account so you can comment. That way you can also turn on live notifications. So you don't need me to rely on Instagram to let you know I'm live on Rumble. Everyone else on here with an account, they all got their live notifications on so that they don't need to wait for Instagram to tell them, because we just got deleted last week for 7 days and it cost a pretty penny to get the account back. So let's make sure we really milk this freaking Rumble. I'll tell you guys, like, critical urgent announcements, boom, live on Rumble, and there's no censorship. I can say the word vaccine. I can say the word kill. Like, I don't have to say unalive. Like, it's pretty dope, actually. But anyway, so the European Union launches this trade deal. And so all the farmers in the European Union, I guess not all of them, obviously, but a shitload of them, converged onto basically Capitol Hill of the European Union headquarters, which, if you know anything about the European Union, you need to know this. It is a trial run. That organization is a trial run for a one world government. What did George Orwell say? What did David Icke say? Obviously, there's a plan for a one world government. What is the European Union? It's a governing body which creates laws and policies that affect dozens of countries despite there's not like a president that people got to vote for. Like if you're in Belgium or you're in the Netherlands or you're in friggin' Norway, you're in an EU country. The EU creates policies and laws, and they're not even your government's elected officials. And that's what it said in George Orwell. It's that you'd be ruled by and dictated to by people you didn't even get to vote for. Not that voting really does shit anyway, but it's just that much more brazen, right? So in France, the protest is that they are wanting to cull like thousands and thousands of cows. I don't know about all cows, but a shitload of cows because of a lumpy skin disease. Now, here's why I don't buy the lumpy skin disease in the slightest. I know there's a plan to kill all the cows, get rid of all the agriculture, all the livestock, all the chickens, all the food, and have it ran by corporations and lab grown. I know that's a plan. So conveniently, when they say we want to kill a shitload of cows because of this disease, I don't buy it for 1 second. Because for one, they probably would want you eating diseased meat anyway. Factory farms have diseased meat all the time. Ground beef from fucking Walmart, there's 1,000 different cows in there. They're not checking every cow for tumors. You're eating ground up fucking tumors if you're going to Walmart and getting ground beef or a major food store. This is why you got to go to a butcher. But a guy you know, a family, someone with cows in their backyard you can look at, as opposed to a dark, dingy cement floor factory farm building with GMOs and vaxes and all the crazy shit they do. But so when I see this lumpy skin thing, I'm going, hold on a second. Do you guys not remember what just happened in British Columbia? Uh, the ostriches in 2024. This girl's farm, she has 400 ostriches, all healthy. I don't know what they do with them. Do they eat them? What were they doing with those ostriches? Their eggs, ostrich eggs are this freaking big, dude. You can feed a whole family on one egg. But they PCR tested. This is PCR test. Gary Mullis, right? Or Gary Mullis. What was his name again? He said the PCR test is not being used properly. They've weaponized it, and it's not right. And then he got killed. They PCR tested these birds, and one of them tested positive, despite not being sick looking at all. And then uh, they said they put an order out and said we have to cull all 400 of your ostriches. So there was a year of deliberation and bullshit back and forth, and then they ended up taking the ostriches, making a corral with straw bales, and then the RCMP headshotted one at a time, pop, 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 400 fucking ostriches because of one PCR test. So when they say we're trying to cull cows because there's like lumpy skin disease, I don't really fucking buy it, man. Like even if there was a lumpy skin disease, is the solution to kill all the cows? Like this is just the stupidest thing. Um, that's true too. Paper Doll, who's in Australia, said, I think the ostrich eggs were at the verge of curing something. There actually that's another angle. The ostriches apparently were involved in some study that they're trying to figure out how to like cure COVID or something, which I don't even know if COVID exists, but either way, there was something to those ostriches. Um, Now, I wanted to mention before we continue, because what I just saw happening in Europe is like I'm concerned for the protesters because this is shaking things up and it's getting a little bit shocking, and I pray for their safety. But I want to mention what they're doing over there that they plan to do here. They want the world food supply, the meat, to be lab grown, if that's not clear yet. They don't want you eating meat. It would start by you pay more taxes on meat. Then it would be taxes are no longer a thing. It's carbon credits, and you can only get so many carbon credits a month, and meat costs way too much carbon credits for you to be able to buy a bunch of it. Then it would be we can't afford meat, so we're going to lab grow it, and then everyone can have meat, but it's lab grown. It is 100% their plan. So when you see headlines, when you see this, that, and the other, new food thing, new FDA thing, whatever it is going on, just know the plan is when you know the outcome, their planned outcome, you can see the journey. Like if I didn't know they plan to change the whole food supply in Europe and all over the world, I would be like, oh, like these farmers should just relax in France. Like they're just trying to kill these cows to like stop this disease from spreading. Like that's what a normal, unaware person, uninitiated person would think. And that's the deception. It's always a psyop. They got a million psyops going on. So my point is though, Nix, I was just about to mention, yes, Nix, 100%. We're doing something special because they put GMOs in the food, they genetically modify our food, and they now have approved new pesticides that have forever chemicals in them, which is the first, like a first. You may be thinking pesticides are already toxic. Well, the EPA just approved a new category, a new family a new race of pesticides that have forever chemicals in them. Just when I thought RFK was going to do some shit, I guess not. So, because they're literally poisoning us from every angle and frying our DNA with the silent weapons for quiet wars cell tower attack and spraying heavy metals on us, California is still under a chemtrail fog. It's been like 3 fucking weeks or a month or something. People are huffing in these fumes. They're feeling sick. They're spraying us, and that is confirmed. We are giving away free detoxification kits, you could call them, on the live in celebration of getting my account back on Instagram. So we're giving away free. This is what I'm drinking on the live right now. The chocolate. This is organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which stimulates stem cell production. It's extremely detoxing. It's delicious. It's got 1 billion antioxidants, which bind to free radicals. It's believed to be one of the top superfoods in the natural world for decalcifying the pineal gland and boosting natural energy and brain function. Cacao is one of the, in the known world, there could be other continents. In the known continents, cacao is one of the top superfoods in the natural world, and this one is heirloom and organic. Most cacao is hybrid and is full of heavy metals. That got exposed the other day. So we're giving away 4 bags of the chocolate powdered organic heirloom cacao, and we're also doing this special deal. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Actually, it's first come first serve. So make sure you smash this link as soon as I post it. That's chalk.com, CHOQ.com. Chalk.com. Chalk is based in Texas, founded in Texas, ships out of Georgia, all American customer service team, and has 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. So this is not like a spring of the night, run-of-the-mill, willy-nilly thing here. It's been years. They got a good reputation. They got good stuff. And I've been partnered with them since literally the first day. So the Shilajit is the #1 supplement for men and women. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. Ours has 12 clinical studies and is heavy metal tested, which is very important for Shilajit. It is a superfood. It's going to boost your memory, your concentration, and your focus. For guys, it boosts testosterone, and for girls, it calibrates your endocrine system. Plus, it binds to free radicals and heavy metals and excretes it out of the body. The other one you absolutely have to freaking look at, dude, is the Chad mode, because this is a natural energy drink pre-workout, which has 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop and organic blue spirulina. And that caffeine is cold water extracted from green coffee beans, by the way. So that blue spirulina is like going viral on Twitter right now for being one of the most powerful binders in the natural world. Just think about it. I could sit here, we can talk about Michelle Obama, we can talk about this, that, and the other. But what if you're full of microplastics and pesticides and heavy metals? Are we winning because we know that Bill Clinton, like, you know what I mean? Like, I always feel like sometimes people plateau at like knowing conspiracies and that there's this evil plan, but still drink fluoride, shower in fluoride. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get our health. Like, this is your body. This is your vessel that God made for you. And also the fact is that there's a plan to weaken your connection with your higher self with these chemicals. People think for some reason that it's about profit. It's not about profit. This is a spiritual war we're in, dude. Profit is like not even the symptoms. It's like the thing that keeps the wheels greased, but their end goal is not profit. It's like our souls or something, man. Like they want to control us. Sorry, but come on. So you got to check out the Chad mode, men and women. You'll absolutely love it. This is the way the deal works. Chalk.com is the website. I just put it in the chat. The first 4 people to get a male or female vitality stack at chalk.com, you put it into your cart and you apply that discount code 60life. That drops the subscription price 60% off for life, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically, once you place your order, a free bag of chocolate powder is going to be included in it if you're one of the first 4 people. And so in the male and female stack is the organic ashwagandha, which is clinically studied. You get 1,000 times better sleep on it because it supports melatonin production. It supports fertility for men and women. It has one of the compounds in it is shocking because you can buy ashwagandha on Amazon. You can do it right now. But the vast majority of ashwagandha is farmed in China and has like no bioactive compounds because of the way they extract it. Whereas this is lab verified. It has 16 to 18 times as many bioactive compounds. It calibrates your endocrine system. It's pro-fertile. It's considered the king of herbs in India. So it's like a serious freaking herb. As I said, there could be other continents with other plants on them that we don't know about. But in the known world, I don't know that we're about to discover like a better detoxer than blue spirulina. I don't know that we're about to discover a better hormone optimizer than this herb, ashwagandha, or this herbo mineral compound, the shilajit. These are something you want in your freaking cupboard. And today you're getting 60% off for life on it, plus the $100 bag of chocolate. So first come, first serve, get the male or female stack, send your order number to either the chat or you can DM it to me on Instagram. I got my phone in front of me. Once I get your order number, I'll allocate and make sure that Chalk confirms the freebie, and you're getting that friggin' lit powder. And by the way, you can eat that by the spoon. Like, it is shockingly good. I'm actually quite surprised. I mean, everything from Chalk is good, but cacao sometimes, like, if you buy pure only, like it's just cacao, you can't even really dissolve that in water, man. It's like all clumpy and everything. Shout out to Nix. He said, I got my Chad in. Waiting for the first niacin flush. I'll prob hit her hard. Haha, do a few scoops first go. Dude, Nix, 100%. Hold on. Is that you've not tried the Chad mode yet? This is your first Chad mode? Congratulations to Nix, dude. You're going to be freaking flying on a magic carpet, dude. I'm serious. The Chad mode is no joke. Start with one scoop, to be honest. I mean, it depends what your tolerance is. Cheers, guys. Mitchell, make sure that you're applying it on the subscription. The 60 life code is a 60% off lifetime discount on any subscription. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time from the back end of the site via text, email, call. It's super easy to modify your subscription. It's not like you're locked in, but that discount code is a lifetime one. So you can cancel or modify it at any time, though keep in mind a lot of the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So like, for example, you can take Shilajit for 1 month. That's freaking great. You can take the male stack for a month. We have like thousands of reviews of people experiencing benefits even within the first few days. But I will say, consistent consumption. I mean, how many years have we been exposed to fluoride and BPA and phthalates and microplastics? I don't cycle, like I take these every single day. I do think that's the optimal way. In fact, I forgot to take or I should say, I remembered to take my ashwagandha now. You know, people, you walk out of your house, you forget your keys, you go, oh, I forgot my keys. No, you just remembered your keys. You want to manifest remembrance, not manifesting, forgetfulness. Sawdust said, damn, I'm jealous now. He just took a sip of that shit. Dude, first thing, jealousy is a vibration lowering emotion. You're not jealous. You're so happy for me that I'm drinking it that you want to drink it too. Dude, there's a freaking free bag of lit with your name on it. Go to chalk.com, get a male stack. Dude, the male vitality stack has the Tomcat 100 in it, which is wild crafted from Malaysia, which boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days. I think there's 16 clinical studies on it. It boosts sperm count and sperm motility. It's pro-fertile. Every dude should be taking Tomcat, probably, and the daily as well. And then I do have to keep hyping up the Chad mode. You do have to try the Chad mode as well. But I'm going to take a dose of the ashwagandha. Shout out to Cliff Diver. Guys, Cliff Diver too. He has a crazy story. If you heard his story, you'd be shocked, man. I'm going to slug this ashwagandha down. Okay, so listen. The other shocking thing that's going on is that, like, the amount of stuff they're doing in front of the European Union headquarters, I don't know why. Like, dude, they have the water cannon. They're shooting it at the crowd. They're shooting tear gas at the crowd. The crowd has gas masks and are throwing the tear gas canisters back with like badminton rackets. They're throwing potatoes at the cops. Like, I don't know exactly. And I'm sure, by the way, I'm 100% sure that the cops are thinking, like, if all the farmers are pissed off, like, this isn't some fucking protest. Like, I can think of a lot of stupid fucking protests, okay? Farmers driving their tractors hundreds of miles into the middle of the city to protest, like, there's a reason for it. They're not like cluelessly stupid protesting something they don't understand. Like, they're reading the room here. This policy, if it went through, would completely destroy their livelihoods. Could you imagine? You're a farmer. Pretend you're Dutch. Pretend you're from Belgium, and you have a family farm that's been in your family name for 600 or 700 years. And some dude who's never even touched soil, has never culled an animal, has never fucking seen a farm or picked up an egg out of a chicken coop, is writing on a piece of paper that fucks your life up. Like, could you imagine how flustered and annoying that would be? That's why they're protesting, dude. Like, it really, some of these glue bags never even had their bare feet on the freaking ground. Dude, shout out to Will. Will just ordered. Dude, Will, what did you get, man? Congratulations to Will, dude. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna keep track of all the order numbers, guys. If you quickly get you, so Will just scooped up the first of 4 of the freebies. God. Um, the first of the chocolate freebie that is included in your order. Congratulations to Will. I'm gonna write this down. Hold on a sec. Boom, bang, bing. Slack. Saved like 200 cents. Dude, so Will, you got a couple stacks there. What did you get, dude? I'm stoked. But you're getting the free lid, I can tell you that. Okay, let me put this into the boom bang bingity. Okay, there we go. His order number is 717838. 717838 lit. Dude, Will, I'm stoked for you, man. Shout out to Jaternal, who said, I've been here before, no way. Jaternal, what do you mean? But anyway, so massive protest. They haven't seemingly quite dispersed the crowd yet. In fact, it's building. And this was the same thing that was happening in Canada at the Freedom Convoy. Every weekend, the Mitchell, let me know if that code worked properly on your subscription, by the way, man. Every weekend, people from all over the country were going to Ottawa. And the government like booked out all the hotel rooms around where the protest was with our taxpayer dollars, um, to make it so people who were actually going to the protest and going to sleep in a hotel can't because they're all occupied. So the government spent like millions of dollars buying out hotels so that people wouldn't go to this protest because they were trying to slow it down, stop it, right? Um, and I'm wondering what's about to kick off in Brussels because I don't know that these farmers are planning on leaving, except they just announced that they have delayed the trade agreement. They've delayed it. They didn't stop it. I think they've delayed it and postponed it till the protest goes down and people go home. That's the only reason I can think because they're not about to stop. Um, you know, Yo, Will, apparently your order came to an angel number, a triple digit same number. So, Will, what are the odds of that, dude? You just got a sign from God, man. Um, Hold on a sec. I'm British. I have family in farming. I'm currently in Australia horse farming, and Aussies are too relaxed. You know, Josh, it's funny you say that, dude, because, like, for example, I have a Hungarian in law and Hungarians, and she goes, "Ah, stinky Italians." She doesn't like Italians, right? And and then you have like apparently when the Germans were going into Russia, they were coming out of like their pristine like farms, like well kept and everything, and they go into Russia, and it's like these shummy little shanty crap towns, and no one knows what's going on in like the steppes of Russia, and different folks. I mean, look what the Dutch did in South Africa, man. They went to a part of South Africa was completely uninhabited because there was no wells. They drilled wells, built a whole freaking country. Of course, now it's a bit of a shitstorm over there, but I mean, dude, farming, yeah, they got farming in their blood, man. 100%. Victor Schauberger, I mean, we could talk about him. The Dutch farmers produce most of the food for Europe and even Africa too, right, Amelia? That's crazy. Yeah, they are incredible farmers, 100%. They should have never given up. Well, Amelia, don't even get me started. Jaternal said it's something I've heard about many times type thing. That's crazy, Jaternal. Um, and so I imagine next, I mean, here's the thing. We found out that there was the bird flu. There was a bird flu outbreak where they told everyone in Great Britain that if you have chickens, they can't be outside because um, they could spread this bird flu or they could get this bird flu. and they went around killing millions of birds, culling millions of birds. In the US, a bunch of bird like factory farms mysteriously burned down. That's half the reason the price of shit is going up, right? So it is well orchestrated. I'm telling you, they're trying to disrupt the global food supply. And they're trying to hit this stuff from every freaking angle, man. Well, Will, that's what I was getting at actually, is that the cops who are sitting there are like, yeah, I do want to eat. I actually agree with the farmers, but my job, if I don't enforce this, clear the street policy, then I lose my pension, can't feed my family. But you can't also feed your family if there's no food at the grocery stores because the farmers can't grow it because they're out of business and it's coming in from South America. Like it's a bit of a shitstorm, man. Um, that's right. Amelia says, I buy all my food from farmers. Yeah, and I'm about to crank out a bunch of videos where I get 100% of my dairy from a Amish farm. I get 100% of my meat from two farmers I know who I've been to their farms. Lamb, beef, chicken, and then vegetables, a health food store that gets them locally grown, which is a big thing, by the way, about apparently food that's grown closer to you, like in proximity, is way higher vibrational slash um, more in sync with your frequency. Like it's better for you to be eating things grown closer to you, not because of carbon and like, oh, a truck had to drive it. The farther it is grown, the earlier it's picked usually, and also anything imported, generally they do when it's produce, they have to like radiate it and shit. So, you know, yeah, local is best for many reasons. Shout out to Willie, said, thank you. I like chalk a lot. Chad Mo, Daily, Ashwagandha, Lit, Irish Moss, Tomcat. Dude, Will just got basically every single chalk supplement. And he's getting the free Lit. And and the Chad, of course. The first one he mentioned is the Chad Mode. Will, is the Chad Mode, is there nothing like the Chad Mode, dude, or what, man? The Chad Mode is something else. And you know what it is too? There was a guy who went on TikTok and was like, there's this new company, like this new product. It's called Chad Mode, and it's like it's underdosed. He's talking about the caffeine. All conventional caffeinated beverages, energy drinks, pre-workouts, they contain synthetic caffeine that is actually grown, not extracted from coffee beans. So they lab grow caffeine. It's totally synthetic. And that's what goes into energy drinks and pre-workouts. Whereas and so it hits you differently. It's like you need more of it to get the same feeling. Whereas the Chad Mode, organic caffeine, cold water extracted from organic green coffee beans. I mean, that's like literally non-existent in the pre-workout or energy drink world. This stuff is freaking amazing. And I love it also so much because the organic tart cherry extract and the organic lemon juice powder is the flavor, as opposed to citric acid, genetically modified, satanically cursed. I mean, I'm not even joking. Some of the shit that's in this stuff, you'd be shocked, man. Also, I'm not going to say too much, but I guess I'll say it all. The wife of the founder of Bang Energy Drink reached out to me. And let's just say she has some inside info about Monster energy drinks, which went after them. And she basically, like, effectively, she kind of thinks that they may be involved in the occult and that they are, like, actually evil, not just like a corporation that wants to profit, like that there's something really bad happening. Like, a lot of people do die per year from energy drinks, conventional energy drinks, right? And a lot of it's covered up. So there's actually a lot of stuff going on, man. But anyway, so yeah, the Chad Mode is freaking awesome. And so shout out to Will. Let me just fix this hood here. Shout out to Will. That means we have 3 bags of the chocolate powder left to give away in people's orders who get a male or female vitality stack. Guys, you're getting 60% off with that discount code I just put in the chat, which is absolutely insane. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, and automatically you're going to get a free $100 bag of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. So free is cool, but the main thing you want to be stoked on is that you're locking in a smoking discount on some of, if not the most potent superfoods and adaptogenic compounds in the natural world. Shilajit, ashwagandha, and Irish moss is in the female stack. The Irish moss, that's wildcrafted from Nova Scotia. Most Irish moss is farmed in the Caribbean and it's full of microplastics. So it's freaking shocking, man. And in the male stack, you have the Chalk Daily, which is the number one supplement for men, which has shilajit and 4 other adaptogenic compounds in it, specifically formulated for men, that boosts sperm count, sperm motility, brain function, memory. And we have the differences too. We actually have, I'm just getting into focus here. We actually have the clinical studies on our stuff, as opposed to some companies will say, for example, Shilajit is really good for you. Here's all the benefits. Buy our Shilajit. But they're referencing benefits that were studied from other sources of Shilajit that are much higher in bioactive compounds. And that actually happened with chalk. Some companies, I'm not going to name, were using chalk's clinical studies that they paid for to hype up their Shilajit, which is a totally different source. And that Shilajit was the tar resin, whereas ours is hot water purified. So the sourcing is important, but where the studies are actually coming from is equally important. Yeah, the under Biden, a lot of birds, a lot of chickens did get culled 100%. Amelia just went and bought half a bushel of Northern Spy apples from a farm. Yeah, like Amelia, that's what you're supposed to do. You're 100% locked in. You know this isn't some. And look, like we all have upgrades and improving we can make, but I'm talking when it comes to like organic chicken from Aldi's or whatever grocery store you got. Why not meet the guy who's doing it with his pasture in his backyard? And it's still, even then, I'm sure it's the same like in the States. Unless this person you're like really friends with, they have to get it processed at an approved facility to sell it if it's meat. So we go to that guy. And that is a bit of a scam, by the way. Like there's a bit of bullshit going on with the abattoirs, but we'll talk about that later. The monster logo M is upside down 666. Actually, Josh, not quite. No, the monster logo, the M, is not an M because those characters are not actually touching each other. They are separate. It's 3 characters that make up what looks like an M. And those characters completely match the Hebrew number 6. They look identical to the Hebrew number 6. And so it's 666. And then also it says unleash the beast and stuff all over it as well. Like, I'm going to take a dose of the Chalk Daily right now. That's right, Amelia. But isn't it funny, Amelia? Because like I'm sure you go to a family gathering and they're like, "What's wrong with the turkey I got from the grocery store? It's Thanksgiving. Why won't you eat it?" Maybe you do eat it, but we don't usually. We bring our honestly. I know it probably seems like shocking, but we do bring sometimes our own. I won't eat factory farmed turkey or chicken or even beef. Obviously, like we never eat it at home. But family gathering, like sometimes we try to bring if they're having chicken, but it's like from the grocery store, we'll bring our own chicken, so it kind of blends in. It looks like we're eating the same, but I mean we're not hiding it, but we're just not like. And then my uncle said to me, "Is it a how it's raised thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, okay." So he wasn't like, "Why won't you eat this?" You know, some people are like kind of. I know, I get it. Like families like offended, like, "Why won't you eat my hyper processed?" But it's like a recipe I put together, but all the ingredients is like Chinese garlic. Lettuce is sprayed with the chemical that reverses the gender of frogs. Um, like I don't want to eat that. It's just and little ones too. Little ones are especially susceptible to the bullshit. You know. Josh said it. He said the bird flu advice is the same analogy as lockdowns. Not only that, Josh. How do they detect the bird has a flu that has a bird flu? The PCR test. They're using it to. They have other plans with that test, not just to test us, man. Yeah. So Kevin, the founder of the founder's wife, the founder of Bang Energy, who, by the way, is like she free birthed, home birthed. Like they are woke in that regards, or I should say, aware. She texted me and sent me a voice note. I have to listen to the whole thing. I haven't listened to it yet, but like she's like trying to raise awareness and kind of is roasting Monster. Josh has a monster next to you. Oh, nice, man. Let me see, actually. Monster suing Bang Energy. Holy shit. Monster Energy wins a $293 million false advertising verdict against rival Bang Energy. Oh, God. Alleging Bang falsely marketed its drinks with super creatine that didn't contain actual creatine. Who knows? You got to read past the first thing there, man. $300 million, eh? Wow. The legal battle contributed to Bang's bankruptcy filing, and Monster eventually purchased Bang's assets. Wow. Bang's attempts to overturn the verdict were rejected by the Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, affirming Monster's win. Wow. So they took over Bang for sure. It's shocking, man. I'm going to announce we're live on Instagram again. If you guys are on the fence, you haven't placed your order yet, make sure you put that discount code 60life on there so that you unlock the 60% off lifetime discount. If you get a male or female stack, you are getting the free $100 bag of the chalk lid powder included in your order. So shout out to Will, who was the first one. Hold on, how old is this video? Yeah, that was a while ago. Shout out to Will, man. I'm stoked for you on your every single uh, chalk supplement that you just got. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, apparently, do not buy Vital Farms eggs. The lab tests find corn, soy, and linoleic acid. See, even a lot of canola oil too. Wow, fuck, man. Oh wow, there are actually mass protests against immigration in Germany, Australia, um, New Zealand as well, happening in similar time zone, like in close proximity to one another. Oh, that's weird. Okay, this guy posted that San Diego, California, it's foggy, but there's no moisture in the air. It's been, oh, and December 15th, this guy says it was 3 days so far when he recorded this that it's been foggy without moisture. But now it's been like weeks. It's shocking, man. Everyone. So this guy comments, he says, not a single living soul will convince me that this is not some type of operation, the fog in California. I pay attention to our environment here in San Diego, and I know this isn't normal. It's literally leaving a white residue on cars. Damn, I gotta make a video on that, like right now, man. And I can't make the video and say they're spraying us with anything, or you guys with anything, because that's fact checkable. But yeah, people are commenting, seeing they saw a bunch of trails leading up to that. It's crazy, man. What is it now, Will? Is it clear yet, dude? Okay, I'm gonna do a live on the fog. Hold on a second. Hold on a sec. So I'm going live on Instagram now to get everyone to come to the live here. First come, first serve on the free lit. Go to chalk.com, get your male or female stack, apply that discount code because there's about to be a bunch more people on here. And we only have 3 more to give away. Really? For 3 weeks, Will? It's freaking crazy, dude. Okay, hold on. Yeah, Amelia. I heard that one speech from him where he says fully like it's a new world order, and then the other speech of him saying, when the first form of mind control is repetition, so we gotta say it many times. You notice how I've said that 3 times already. Shocking, dude. What's going on, everyone? So I'm seeing some of the most harrowing like footage uh, that's coming out from the last few days. So Momo's Garden can just chill for a second of people doing samples. Um, Dino, we got my account back, dude. I'll tell you the whole story how I got my account back. It's a pretty crazy freaking story. But dude, this fog, no moisture, foggy for weeks, leaving white residues on cars and on the ground and plants with no moisture. And people who took samples of it and took it to private laboratories found stuff that, well, let's just say it was a little bit more than moisture. And they just had a blackout as well in San Francisco last night. So we are doing a full deep dive on what it was. Look, Kat Kemi said San Diego all white, and I biked 30 miles and now a headache all afternoon. And you're a healthy guy, man, running around, biking around. Like, yeah, it's shocking, dude. Kira says, I've never seen so much spraying. Also, storm coming Tuesday. Kira, is that? Oh, Kira, what's going on, Kira? That's crazy. So we got to talk about this. And this isn't. I'm not going to scare you guys. Don't think you're like I'm going to fearmonger you here. We're going to cover it. We're going to go over it, but don't be scared. This guy said, "Why do you stay live for 5 minutes, dude?" I've been live on Instagram. Last year I was live, and I got the live taken down during the live, and I got a strike. So I don't stream on Instagram. I'll tell you that right now I'm live on Rumble, which is free to download, free speech, and we just had to, let's just say, we just went through something to be able to get my account back. So I'm not going to say anything on this live other than I love Instagram. I love you guys. It's all love and light. But we're doing a deep dive on the California fog on my Rumble channel right now. And if you want to tune in, it's at the link in my bio. It's free to download, free to click, free to watch, and free speech, most importantly. Okay, so come on over to Rumble. There's already 60 people on, and we're doing a deep dive on maybe what may or may not be in the air that could or could not have been an operation. But I won't say much. Okay, I hope to see you guys on Rumble. It's honestly a spot. Like, you should have a Rumble account regardless. It's like the alternative to YouTube. There's a lot of freaking posts on there that you do not see on YouTube. Okay. Much love, everyone. We'll see you there. Faith Like said, the link is in my bio on here. So if you click my bio, you'll see it. A link tree. You click the link tree, and then you will see the Rumble link. Mama said, I drove from Reno, Nevada, from Winters, California. White crystal-like film left on the front of my Yukon. I kid you not. I'm telling you guys, something strange is going on. But officially, it's just moisture. Larry, you can download Rumble, and that is dope because then you get an account like automatically, basically. You also can just watch it on your browser, but make an account. That way you can comment. Okay. I'll see you guys soon. Shout out to DJ Rio, by the way. Where did he say? HLG. Yeah, some people do HLG, but for every one person who's like, I don't want to hear about a superfood, someone else is like, dude, thank God that I started taking your Shilajit because my testosterone or this, that, or the other, or thank God that I started taking the Chad mode because they're detoxing the heavy metals and the phthalates and all that crazy stuff with the blue spirulina or the chocolate powder, which we actually are giving away 3 more of these for free on the live on Rumble right now too. So we'll see you guys on Rumble. Much love, everyone. And stay safe, man. It's shocking, dude. Shout out to HLG too. Okay. Boom, bang, bing. Dude, thank you, Quick Cap, man. He said, nice, cozy background, mate. Shout Shout out to Quick Cap, man. And Jules, Sacramento, eh? Holy crappers. So some of you guys are in the hornet's nest, eh? The dry fog was here in Norilla, North Carolina, too, a few weeks or a month ago. It looked like clouds sitting straight in the road, lingering in half solid, half gas form, coagulating. So this is what I'm going to tell you guys about this fog in California, okay? Apparently, you guys are supposed to have a tool fog. I wonder if they call it tool fog because they're like calling you tools for believing it. Like, and you may think that's funny, but what do you think April Fool's is? April 1st is supposed to be the actual New Year, the New Year's Day, not in the dead of winter. So they make a joke about April Fools because you're a fool for not realizing that that's actually the New Year's, not the middle of winter being New Year's. But I digress. This tool cloud is supposed to, thank you, Wayland. What did I say? Corolla? I said Corolla. You said Corolla. Okay, thanks, man. Um, anyway, so dude, this tool cloud, it's because it's like warm in the air and cold on the ground and whoo, makes fog. I understand how fog works. Like, I'm not an idiot, but I can tell you this. In my entire fucking life, I have never seen fog when it is hot and dry out or when the sun comes out. Like, fog dissipates when the sun comes out. And so don't deny your senses. If you're living in California and you're seeing fog and you're going, why is this fog still fogging around when the sun's out and nothing's moist? It's not regular fog, dude. I think they used the potential natural phenomenon of this tool fog to like engage in some type of operation. And before any single one of you fathoms for a second that that is conspiratorial, just know, type in Operation LAC, long, what is it? Large area coverage, Operation Large Area Coverage. In the 70s, they sprayed radioactive isotopes across Missouri, apparently Ontario, Canada, Utah. Like they tested chemical or biological weapons on unwitting people in the United States and Canada. What makes you think, because this is what a lot of people unfortunately fluoridely think because of drinking fluoride probably, that back in the day, organizations, institutions would do bad things, but they don't now. Based on what evidence? I think we all are on the same wavelength. We're kind of being fucked around here with GMOs, chemicals, pesticides, fluoride, the different pharmaceutical products, over medicated. They've fattened up the populace with seed oils and made them obese by changing the food supply, making it too convenient to eat the most shittiest food in the whole fucking world. Even Europe has better health standards. And I know Europeans, flex that sometimes, but they do have other problems there. But I am glad at least they're not eating a bunch of GMOs over there. But like, we're on the same wavelength, right? Like, obviously some shit's going on. So don't let it escape your consciousness that they would engage in some type of operation spraying something else. And I remember last year when there was a fog in Europe and South Africa and the United States, East and West Coast, and Canada, where I was, and Guatemala, like people all over the world were like, what's this fog? Why is it staying around for days and days? And notice how I haven't even mentioned chemtrails yet, which we see every single day. We're hitting critical mass on the chemtrail thing, by the way. Yes, they spray. And who's they? Apparently it's intelligence agencies. It's not your military, man. It's not your military. You have friends in the military. You have family in the military. They're not the ones spraying. They're getting sprayed. That's what Gulf War syndrome was. Don't you know? You guys have heard of Gulf War syndrome. You know that was a test gone wrong on the military, on the personnel. So listen, before we continue about what this could be and what some of the lab tests came back with about this fog, and there's a lot of people who are denying their own eyes and ears and noses. They're smelling, it smells strange. They're not feeling well. The fog should be gone. It's lasting way longer than normal, but they're just kind of going, maybe it's just a little abnormally cold and warm at the same time, which is making it linger longer. People are denying their senses. Before we get into that, I wanted to mention, because we just had to spend a shitload of cash to get my account back on Instagram. And because we were down for 7 days, Chalk is basically turning back on the Black Friday special to catch up. So we are giving away 3 bags of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. And why would you possibly need organic heirloom cacao? It's one of the highest antioxidant content foods in the natural world, which binds to free radicals, heavy metals, phthalates, all kinds of contaminants, and excretes it out of the body. It's super good for your liver. It stimulates the production of bliss chemicals, which is tryptophan, dopamine, and serotonin. It's like hormone benefits. That's why it's considered one of the top superfoods in the natural world. And it's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. Cacao is one of the top pineal gland foods. I would be drinking this if I was in California. I'm not in California, and I'm still drinking it because they spray the entire world. There's not a single country that is not being sprayed. I'm just saying. And they do like to concentrate it at dense urban centers, cities, wherever there's a lot of people, they do spray more. It's shocking. Uh, Go on Google Maps, look at Europe, dude. France, look at the sky. It's insane. And people walking around, oh, I pay my taxes, not knowing. I'm not saying, I guess that sounded pretty judgmental, but I just mean like there are sleeping sheep with their head in the sand. I don't know what to tell you, man. But anyway, so we're giving away a couple bags of the chocolate powder free. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. I know, Jules, that's the weirdest part about it. That's how you know it's not real fog, it's something else. The website is chalk.com. Chalk is based and founded in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. All American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. The way this deal works is you go to chalk.com. If you add any supplement or bundle to your cart, like the #1 supplement for men, which is the Chalk Daily that boosts total testosterone 21% in 90 days. Also, it's super detoxing. We have clinical studies on it. It's pro-fertile. It increases sperm count and sperm motility. It increases mental clarity, energy, and endurance. We have all the clinical studies on the site that are done specifically on our sources of ingredients. Thousands of reviews. For women, the #1 supplement is the hot water purified Shilajit, which is clinically studied. It's pro-fertile, hormones, detoxification, believed to decalcify the pineal gland, memory, and cognition. Not to mention, there's a heavy metal thing. It binds to a lot of stuff. Let's just say it's really detoxing. The next 3 people to put a male or female stack or a performance stack in their cart. The performance stack has the Chad mode, which has the blue spirulina, the organic caffeine, which is cold water extracted from green coffee beans. This is maybe one of the most detoxifying products at Chalk. It's freaking delicious, and it makes the drink, when you put that in water, it is bluer than Frankie Cutlass's screen name on here. Is that even blue? I am color deficient. I will manifest full color vision, but that does look pretty blue. But it's as blue as it's bluer than the freaking blue bottle, dude. Like it's blue. It's beautiful. And that's the Chad mode. You got to try the Chad mode. Super detoxing. First couple people to get a male or female or performance stack, you apply that discount code 60life, 60LIFE. That unlocks a 60% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. But keep in mind, a lot of the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So you do want to get a consistent dose to experience the full range of benefits. But even just taking the female stack, for example, for 30 days is freaking amazing. Now, I will say what's in the male and female stack that you guys like in your spare time, you do want to know some of these herbs. It's too bad that we know so much. I could show you 100 corporate logos. You'd know what company's what. But if I showed you 100 different leaves, how long until you'd probably not know what leaf you're looking at from what plant? Ashwagandha is a plant that's in the male and female stack, which is clinically studied to massively increase melatonin production and lower cortisol. So you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it, and it promotes healthy mood and focus. It's considered the king of herbs in India. It is a hormone optimizer, and it is pro-fertile. That's in the male and female stack. I cannot swear enough by ashwagandha. It is a freaking game changer. And then in the female stack, you have the Irish moss, which is certified wild crafted. Most Irish moss is farmed in the Caribbean, and it's full of microplastics. Whereas the chalk Irish moss is wild crafted from Nova Scotia. It's freaking amazing. Full matrix of minerals, rebuilds your DNA, super detoxing, and it increases nutrient absorption and nutrient delivery. And then the last one, the male stack, has the Tomcat 100 in it. And that Tomcat is wild crafted from Malaysia. It's 100 to 1 extract. It boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days, and it's freaking shocking. You need it's an amazing thing to incorporate into your routine. Swarty said, "What's the discount code? The discount code is 60LIFE. That's 60 life. Apply that to the male or female or performance stack. It's got to be a subscription. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, but that's a subscription discount, and that's also how you get the freebie. 60% off, dude." Also, Jules was mentioning that the sun can't burn through the fog. It's funny because my friend was in Guatemala during last year's like global fog phenomenon. Christy, you'll have to forgive me. We were deleted for 7 days. You can imagine that probably took a bit of like a hit in certain areas and whatnot. So we do use Rumble to freely talk about many things, including superfoods. Also keeps the lights on the stream, Christy, of course. You can imagine that. And also, we have to consider that the fog, like we'll talk about parasites, is it heavy metals, yada, yada, yada. But the main thing is we should probably get whatever these contaminants are out of us. So it is solution based. But what I wanted to say is also, we can't mention, I've looked at Instagram's changed their terms. If I go on Instagram and say Tomcat boosts testosterone or the Shilajit boosts fertility for women, they're like starting to classify that kind of thing as a like health claim. And I get it because you have people selling like Chinese herbs in a plastic Ziploc bag claiming it'll cure you of something. So I understand why they have to have these things and whatnot, but it's harder for someone with actually legit stuff that is clinically studied to spread it and share the word. So this is one of the places we can freely do that as well. Um, Yo, Josh, did you hear that they have classified lion's mane and turkey tail in the UK, or in the European Union rather, as novel, and now they cannot be sold, or like they're like basically banned there. Two mushrooms that are naturally occurring, no psychoactive, super good for your brain. But of course, you can still buy energy drinks like Monster and Red Bull, which literally kill people every single year, but that's still allowed. But a mushroom like lion's mane, which is really good for your brain, you can't have that anymore, you sleeping sheep. Or useless eater, that's what they call us. But yeah, dude, my friend was in Guatemala, and like the whole country was actually a little bit concerned because they're looking at this fog and going, like, we've lived here our whole lives. Why has the fog not dissipated? And the sun is out and it's hot out and the fog is staying. It's super freaking weird, dude. I'm waiting for a whistleblower to come out and tell us exactly what's in there. But if I had to guess, for example, apparently in most pharmaceuticals, there's a metal called, it's either chromium, it might be chromium. And this doctor said that chromium, I think it was chromium, one of you guys will correct me if you know the video I'm talking about. He said that chromium is a highly tunable atom, and that it has to do with the cell towers and the frequencies which alter our brainwave state, right? And basically, the more chromium you have in you in its heavy metal form, the more like it's receptive to the frequencies that are coming off of the towers, the Wi-Fi, the smart meters, which is a whole nother agenda. Um, and it's freaking shocking. So, another heavy metal you want to detox. If you're taking the Chad mode, if you're taking the chocolate, you are detoxing and you're feeling like $1,000,000. I wanted to mention to Sunny too, if Sunny's on here. I just wanted to text her to say that I'm live because she doesn't like missing lives. Shimmering Downpour said, I heard there are studies. Dude, yes, I'm sure there are. I know there are. But the thing is, if you can't patent it, this is what a post that got me in trouble before, just with a fact check. This guy said, like a doctor said, the reason these agencies don't investigate natural things is because you can't patent natural things. That's part of the US patent law. You cannot patent natural things. So because they can't patent lion's mane, they're not going to spend any money researching it. People still actually think, I guess, that like they're trying to like help and cure and save us and stuff. If you can't patent it, you can't have a monopoly. That's why they don't research. That's why there's no government studies on like Shilajit. What are they going to do if they find out it is super good for you? Well, they can't really sell it because they can't really patent it. They can't really control it. And also, if Shilajit was that good for you, wouldn't that kind of make it so people didn't need to take a lot of other products that they do have patents on that they do want you taking? It's pretty fucking obvious, man. The fog has been like a soup here in the valley. Now we are preparing for an atmospheric river coming our way. Is it about to like flood or something, Jules? Uh, so what if I type in breaking news weather California? What do we got? Um, oh, atmospheric river forecast. So what does that mean? Like a serious, oh God, with substantial Southern California flood risk. Oh, dude. Oh, by the way, California is like literally one of the three most important states to the Illuminati. And what it is it's one of the most important places they need control of because it's like a hub of consciousness. And you could say it's a hub of very strange activities in some ways, but what California was one of the freedom oriented states that said, you can't tell me what to do. They're very, I say they, I'm talking to you guys who are there right now, but I'm just saying, like, it's known. I guarantee that there's like a boardroom somewhere in a deep underground military base that they're like different states, and there's probably like a grading system for like problematicness versus like easy to control. And like, Vermont or something, they're more libertarian. Maybe it's higher percentage wise than like for some reason New York, which are seemingly, they lean a certain way. California, Texas, and Ohio are apparently the three key states for like wanting to make sure they control the shit out of them because they're the three most problematic states. And you know what's interesting? Texas, for example, or California literally has more people in them than most countries. Like they're looking at California as a country or Texas as a country of people that have problematic views if you're trying to make a one world government. So Texas had those crazy floods. California got screwed over by that 10-year drought, which was obviously engineered, chemtrails, etc. And then, you know, Ohio, I don't really know what's going on in Ohio, to be honest. Did they want to make it a GMO corn state for that reason? It's shocking, man. But Sonny said, "Hey Shane, yes, it's been pouring here, and the Eel River is almost flood stage, very close." Damn, Sonny, but are you in a flood zone though? The water level would have to rise for me. Like, I guess it is possible, but I mean, fuck, it would be historic. It would have to raise like I'll have to find out the exact elevation, but probably 200 feet. The river, like I am close to the river, but I'm high up from the river. It would have to be like a shocking situation. And you know what? You won't really see a small willy-nilly town get hit by a shocking flood. Like usually they try to do it in areas where it's going to make the biggest impact. Which I know to some people are like, wait a minute, what did you just say? Like they try to make a flood in an area that has a lot of impact. What do you mean? Like it was just a flood. Like the rain just rained a lot. Well, we'll talk about that as well. Um, I think that's where the plug for the swamp is. That's hilarious, Will. Jules says we have an idiot for a governor. You know, one thing I'll say, I get like we had Trudeau here, right? And it's like the going consensus is that he was an idiot. But I don't think so. And Biden, he's an idiot, right? I don't think so. I think that it's easy and funny and kind of like it's the going thing to be like our elected person like is an idiot because they're making all these horrible decisions, right? But you're actually not you, Jules, but in general, you're helping them by calling them an idiot because you're saying like they're stupid. That's why they're making these choices. As opposed to the flip side of that is they are intentionally making these policies, acting like they just don't really know, like they act clueless, like, oh shit, whoopsie, when it's like, no, it's intentional. Don't, what do they say? Never mistake incompetence for malevolence. Like, don't think what you can blame on, whatever that quote is. It's not incompetence. It's like calculatedly to the science to do what they're doing. But, I know what you mean. Um, Planned incompetence. That's right, exactly. So they make it appear to be incompetent to the one who's paying attention. You have like a couple different tiers, right? You have like the sleeping sheep who are like, he's doing his best, he's trying. Then you have the next level that's like, he's an idiot, he's fucking everything up. And then you have like the top of the iceberg where it's like, no, this is the plan. Like he's following orders, you know? Um, so it's just shocking. Then he said, I'm okay, but McKee Creek goes through our land and it's ripping. I'm up on a hill, so I'm good, but it sounds cool. I'm across the street from the Matole River where the salmon are coming up to our creek. Sonny, that sounds like you're in a wildlife refuge. That's freaking awesome. Um, and that's another thing too. Like, we got to get Victor Schauberger and Nikola Tesla's technology up and running because like even hydroelectric dams, right? The worst part about that, other than they do disturb and disrupt the um, environment around it, they like bulldoze all the rock, they change the landscape forever, but they also block the ability for things to migrate. Um, and it's not that good, man. Like I'm talking, what is ideal would be Nikola Tesla stuff because they're blocking the salmon runs and whatnot, and also not to mention um, a lot of radiation comes off those things too. Power generating stations, it's like EMFs out the yin yang, man. So hold on a sec. Bing, bing. Yeah, and then the other thing that's interesting that they don't mention, dude, is in Ohio, for example, you had Stanley Meyer who made the water powered car. Why does these things get swept under the rug? Like, it's because they always have something else to put in the media right after. Like, I saw a theory the other day that they will give a city a win in some type of sport, right? They give a city a win when the morale in the city uh, has gotten so low that like civil unrest could be imminent. And to boost the morale for a city, they give them a win because we know sports is obviously rigged. Um, but isn't that interesting? So I could see that, and then and then the morale was boosted for another few years. Like you took the wind out of the sails. Like for example, I think that they actually have a lot of cards up their sleeves when it comes to like the Ukraine war. Okay, kicked off. I always thought this was interesting time. Canada was the freedom convoy, and I'm talking thousands and thousands of people, uh, hundreds of thousands supporting the freedom convoys. And at the right after, unnamed, unbadged police came and violently assaulted peaceful protesters. Like literally the next day, Ukraine war dominated the news. And it totally took the wind out of the sails of the freedom convoy and that whole thing. I think they have tricks up their sleeve for what they can say next to distract and get the public going a different way. You know what I mean? Oh shit! Congratulations to who just got the mail stack. Someone just got a mail stack from Chalk with the code 60 life. So whoever just ordered the mail stack, congratulations! You just got the Chalk lit powder included in your order for free, dude. That's what I'm drinking right now. Organic, heirloom, detoxing, delicious. You're gonna love your free lit, dude, and you're gonna love the daily, the Tonkat, and the ashwagandha you got. That means we only have 2 bags of lit left to give away. And with the male stack, which is the daily, the Tonkat, and the ashwagandha, that literally comes to less than what, $1.30 a day or something to get 3 of the most potent superfoods in the natural world delivered to your door every freaking month, and you're getting the $100 bag of lit. So congratulations to who just got the mail stack. If you guys are on the fence, we got 2 bags left to give away. We're probably going to do the last call soon. The discount code is 60life and the website is chalk.com, just to make sure you can click that and get bumped first in line so that you're going to get the, if you get the lit, or rather, if you get a stack, you get the free lit. I do recommend too checking out the performance stack, because if you start taking the Chad mode, it is a freaking game changer. And probably maybe 20 of you on here are already taking or have tried the Chad mode, but I'm talking organic blue spirulina, which is actually trending as one of the most powerful binders in the natural world. So it binds heavy metals, phthalates, free radicals, pesticides. Apparently 90% of us, they did a 100 people study in every state, and I'm sure this is the same for Canada because we eat pretty much the same food. We all have glyphosate and atrazine, or at least 90% of us have trace amounts of glyphosate and atrazine in our blood, which is shocking. So helpful detoxification and natural energy boost, the Chad mode. It's in the performance stack. If you get the performance stack with the code 60life tonight, you're basically getting 3 superfood adaptogens for the price of 1 without it, if it was with it, no code, plus the free $100 bag of chocolate. It is a freaking insane deal. They're doing it because, as I told you guys, we got our account back. It was a shitstorm getting it back. It was a bit of a roller coaster. I did trust though. I'm like, you know what? It's in God's hands, man. If we pay this guy and we get my account back, or we don't, it's a part of a plan that is bigger than me anyway. So I actually was neutral about it. Obviously, I wanted my account back, but I was also like not stuck on it, like freaking out about it. I'm like, yeah, if it's meant to be, God wills it, then we'll be good to go, you know. But anyways, my point is that yeah, we were out for 7 days. So Chalk brought back the Black Friday deal, or we call it Chalk Friday, which is 60% off for life and $100 bags of chocolate powder. Go to the site, even if you're like, I don't like superfoods, I don't like nutrients. I don't think many of you guys would think that, but you should have Chalk like bookmarked on your browser, because they have insane articles and stuff. They did a few articles about the gummies that they sell on Amazon, the Shilajit gummies, the ashwagandha gummies, totally toxic, dude. And they have some pretty cool articles about minerals and stuff too. Like, have you guys done in like 2018, I did a deep dive, a few different websites, totally obscure, about minerals and research and scientists and stuff. You know that you guys know this, by the way, but some of you do, I mean, who've been regulars, but every single mineral ignites a different biological process in the body. We are supposed to be getting 102 minerals every single day. Today, if you are eating 100% organically, you are getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals, which is shocking, because a deficiency in even one mineral can cause total body imbalance. And like, everyone is not getting enough minerals, and in the quantities we're supposed to. So, for example, apparently every single vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. So if you're getting the full matrix of minerals because you're taking the hot water purified shilajit or the chalk minerals, which are cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah, those minerals, not only do they rebuild your DNA, because your DNA is light codes and minerals are frequencies of light, but they also ignite every biological process in the body, optimize the pH of every single organ in the body, and bind to free radicals and all kinds of chemicals and stuff, and excretes it out of the body as well. Minerals bind to heavy metals and excretes it out of you. So it's like a triple, quadruple edged sword, in our favor if you're getting the minerals, but also the opposite if you're not. I mean, I just know when I first started taking the purified shilajit and the chalk minerals, there's definitely physical things you notice, but there's a lot of mental sleep, dreams. I mean, it's just shocking, man. It's really enhanced. It's an upgrade for sure. It's like the movie Limitless. It really is with the shilajit. Copper. Yeah, exactly, dude. Water prices. Well, dude. Apparently, what do we got for silver? Where's silver at? Holy shit. Silver 69 bucks an ounce right now. Are you freaking kidding me, man? Well, let's calculate this. 69 point. Okay, let's just say 69. Wow, holy crappers. Where's Cliff, dude? Cliff, how you doing, man? How's your silver, dude? Yeah, exactly, copper. Hold on, what was that? Silver's just making all-time highs every freaking day, dude. So, are you guys gonna like batten down the hatches in California to make sure you don't get gimped by this flood? Hold on a sec. So yeah, I mean it is interesting. Yeah, Codex Alimentarius, Latin for food control. Iron fortification. I'm glad you brought that up, Christy. That is a crazy rabbit hole, Christy. Honestly, um, it's still widespread. Christy, you're totally right. The fortify thing we've talked about. I think actually on my last live, we did a big discussion about the fake iron um, that they add to bread, and you know what it is? It's, as you know, probably it's mandated, like mandatory, um, that you add what you call it. If you grow flour, you have to add freaking this iron shit to it, or otherwise you can't sell it. So could you imagine that? It is absolutely shocking. And apparently it's to like prevent miscarriages or something. My ass, man. I don't believe that. They probably, last I checked, they kind of want miscarriages. I mean, don't they kind of want to depopulate? Is that too crazy to say? I mean, Copper Rock said silver. Copper Rock, I actually have a bunch of copper coins, a couple of copper coins, but they're weird. It's funny. It's 99.99% pure copper, and they're coins. But I don't know where he got them from because they have uh, they have they have like the image that's on the coins is like a biological symbol. There's like a radiation symbol with a guy with a gas mask. Like I feel like they were some kind of novelty. Like buy these copper coins with this just like apocalyptic shit on them. But anyway, they're cool. Yeah, copper. But you're saying put silver in your water bottle. Is that will that colloidal silver it? Is that how it works, man? Put silver in water. Oh fuck. Oh no, wait. Hold on. Don't you want to be careful with making like can't your skin turn blue? You know what I would do probably then? Copper works like this too, right? But maybe you could put a piece of silver into a water jug to make sure it doesn't. I'm going to actually do a deep dive on this, whether copper or silver is better, because I know that we had a cat fountain, so it like promotes them to drink more water or something. It's like a fountain for cats, and if you we it would always grow the most disgusting algae, like it was like a fish tank in this water fountain for these cats. I said, hold on a second, put fucking copper in it, one of those copper coins, put it in the cat's water fountain, and no more algae grew. So copper rock, copper rock's been drinking out of silver. He's still white. He's not blue yet. But I don't know, maybe that's like a fear mongering thing, you know? It's you do wonder. Shout out to Will, man. Dude, guys, Will got like a shocking amount of chalk on this live. In fact, he got an amount that amounts to an angel number, a triple digit angel number. So shout out to Will, man. I am stoked for you to get your Chad mode, your daily, and you will feel like a million freaking bucks. Will, you've already been taking chalk, man, but shout out to Will. Look, Will's a cool guy. He's on the lives. He works hard. He knows something strange is going on. He's in California. He saw the fog. Will, did you inhale the fog? Were you in its zone? Because if so, I'm really glad that you just stocked up, man. Yeah, Sonny. Imagine if pennies are all of a sudden worth a shitload. It could be. I'm keeping all mine, man. Don't get rid of your pennies. Um, I guess we probably need to do the last call on the lit because someone got a stack. Will got all of his stack. Apparently, there's a bunch of other people on the site right now. If you guys are on the fence, quickly go to chalk.com, get a male or female vitality stack, put it in your cart, apply that discount code 60life, unlocks 60% off lifetime discount. You can cancel or modify it at any time, and automatically you're going to get that $100 bag of the chalk lit powder included in your order so that you can sit with me on a live and drink a lit with me while it's snowing out. You guys can probably see it snowing out in the background there. We're cozy inside, warm. I mean, but this what do they call it? A river system, air system. What is about to happen in your guys' air over there? Uh, what are they? Atmospheric river conditions or some shit. It's about to pour rain. Water doesn't absorb very well onto sand, to be honest. And if it's dry, like yeah, there could be a flood. But try to make sure you're high up or have a bug out bag. That's really the best thing. If it starts to flood like crazy, or if now this wouldn't have helped you if you were in Texas anywhere near that river, man. You would have had like minutes. Like it rose fast. The best thing would be, depending on the severity, like get to high ground. You know. Yeah, that makes sense, Christy. Do you mean like because of man? You mean silver being man? Or what are you talking about the silver thing? Yeah, see, Will hikes and Will was hiking. That's still a great price, Copper. That's a great price, man. Um, but Will has gone on hikes in the fog and he didn't affect him. He thinks it's because he's all over the chalk. Dude, I imagine so, man. Whatever you were huffing in and inhaling and getting deposited in you, it was not depositing because all that blue spirulina, all that the shilajit and the freaking tomcat, man. Will, you're detoxing faster than you can toxify, dude. So hold on a sec. Dude, people, what was it? Cliff the other day said he thinks we're gonna have $200 an ounce on silver. That would be quite something, man. This is like a Bitcoin run. Holy shit, dude. What was it? 3 years ago, we are at 16 bucks, 17 bucks. Now we're at 70 bucks, dude. Shocking, man. And I was researching like what industries are screwed and what industries are stoked about silver prices going up. And like electronics could get more expensive because there is a bit of silver in them, but didn't really seem like there's going to be something crazy. But you know what it is though? You know what they say? This makes sense. It's not that silver and gold are going up that much. It's that dollar's going down. But you know what? That's bullshit because in 2001, dollar dropped from the dollar index dropped from 120 to 70, and we did not get all-time highs on silver or gold. And right now, we've only moved not even that much down for dollar, and gold and silver are surging. So, oh, another all-time high just posted on silver. Shocking, man. Literally just as we spoke. It's about to be $70 an ounce. Um, I know copper. I heard that too, dude. If it was properly, uh, copper, if it was properly, because Cliff told us for the longest time, it was always 16 silver coins would get you one gold coin. But right now, you would need like 80 silver coins to get one gold coin. So he was saying, and this is the going theory, is that a correction is due to where he thinks silver should go up to get closer to the price of 16 silver coins being worth one gold coin. Now, if we do some math, what's gold at right now? Oh, gold's taken off too. Gold's at all-time highs. Okay. So gold is 44, let's say 43.90 right now. So what would you, let's do 43.90 divided by 16. That would put silver at $275 an ounce. If silver was at $275 an ounce, it would be the proper ratio. So holy crappers, man. That would be crazy. Cliff is like, haha, they tax me, but I got capital gains. Oh, jeepers, man. XRP, what's that bad boy up to? Let's see what we got. It's going down. It's going down hard, man. Hopefully no one has any XRP because not looking good, man. I'm just joking. I'm not really like analyzing it, Christy, but it is down a lot. Come on. Damn, did it ever take off though? Imagine if you bought it at 46 cents. It'd be up a 600% in July. I was thinking about that the other day. I must be beyond detox. I feel like I need some toxins just so I can get rid of them. Does that not sound like a lot of other problems we give ourselves? Yeah, copper, exactly, dude. Definitely, they sell toxins as detox online everywhere. Dude, Will, that is hilarious, man. That is too funny, dude. And yeah, some people are like, the thing is, people, I am sure you guys agree, but some people buy like, gold or silver or whatever, but then like put it in the bank. To me, that's the first thing that's going to be confiscated if there was a freaking some form of you know collapse, right? Like that's where they're going. So it remains to be seen, but yeah, that's crazy about silver, man. Okay, so a couple things. Make sure your live notifications are on. We're going to extend this deal for the next hour. So if you go to chalk.com in the next hour and you get a male or female stack or a performance stack, you are getting a $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order. And if you get a single, and make sure you use the discount code though, 60 life. You don't want to pay full price when we're doing 60% off for life. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, but keep in mind a lot of the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days, so you do want to get a consistent dose. DM me if you have any questions on Instagram. We will be live again tomorrow, I believe, and we'll cover this fog in more detail. And we also have the Europe protests going on, which are freaking shocking. So, shout out to Will. Congratulations on your gigantic order, dude. And welcome everyone who's new on here. Make sure your live notifications are on. And we'll see you on tomorrow's live. And thank you for joining this one. All right. Much love, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.